What's poppin'? Welcome back to DBP Reloaded. You see what's on the screen here. Is this a classic? I don't know, to be honest, because in my heart of hearts, I want to say this is, but I do realize, like, compared to the N64 games, this may not have been that. But as a kid, I played the mess out of this. Now, I'm probably gonna be rusty as far as controls go. I know I am. But this game, man, like, this game, WCW versus the world. Listen, man, like, is it a classic? Ah, man, I don't know, man. I just because when you compare it to No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, WCW NWO World Tour, those games, it kind of man, I wanna this game was dope. It was. I remember when I first seen this game, and I had to go on a story time, but when I lived in Inkster, right? I still had a Sega. You know, my Sega was loaded. Sega CD with 32X. My Sega was fire. I love that system. I had all those attachments to it, right? Man, my homeboy, you know what I'm saying? I went to school, but I went to his house, stayed the night, you know what I'm saying, on like a Saturday. And his cousin, his older cousin, brought over WCW vs. the World because his mom got him a PlayStation. He had Crash Bandicoot, I believe. I think it was Crash or something like that. So he had some game. I believe it was Crash, or I think he had Crash. Or I think I could be getting my timelines mixed up, but he did not have this. You know what I'm saying? Think he had Crash though. But this game, he had the big screen TV. You know, the big old school big screen TV. For anybody that's my age, they know the old school big screen TV, big gigantic TV, like it had a speaker on the bottom almost. You know what I'm saying? But man, I seen this game and they was playing it. I'm like, oh, because they had Hollywood Hogan in it, and my man's was playing with Hollywood Hogan. I think it's Hogan versus Flair. Like, this game looked fire. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm like, man, but you know, I think for its time, I think for its time, you gotta. Is it a? I don't know if it's a. I want to say it's a classic so bad, y'all. I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do normal for right now. I haven't played in a while. I think normal will be okay. I might get cooked. You know what I'm saying? But I think normal will be straight. Let's check out the modes, man. The menu is plain, man, but WCW, man, means a lot to me, man. I was a WCW guy. I was a WCW guy to the fullest. I'm not about to lie to y'all. I mean, I like WWF, but I always thought WWF slash WWE was kind of, you know, the storylines was always cheesy. I rocked with Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo. I like the whole WCW, you know what I mean? I love the roster. I just like everything about WCW, you know what I mean? WWF just seemed, you know, they had corny, they was kind of corny with the story modes. You know what I'm saying? A little. It was just. I just rocked with Bischoff, Russo, and them. You know what I'm saying? NWO, Wolfpack, Four Horsemen. You know what I'm saying? All that. They had all the cold cruiserweights, man. You know, Starcade. I like that better than WrestleMania. I just like WCW. You know what I'm saying? That was my thing. So, and then, you know, it's just what it was, man. But you got League Challenge. You got Best of Seven. You got Exhibition Elimination Tournament, League Match, Double Time Match. Now, that's a nice amount of modes, man, especially for the year this came out with. We obviously gonna do Exhibition, but from what I understand, you can save belts to a memory card and challenge your friends. From what I understand, you know what I'm saying, you can do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, they got a nice amount of matches now that I think about it. You know what I'm saying? You got Best of Seven. See, let me give you a history lesson. Best of Seven was fire. Booker T and Chris Benoit had to listen. Booker T was down like 3-1, I believe, and I remember he came back and won, dog. You know what I'm saying? Booker T and Chris Benoit had a cold Best of Seven series, man. I think they set the precedent for it. I remember watching it because I was pissed off that he was down like that. You know what I'm saying? That he came back and beat him. You know, I think he finished him off on the pay-per-view. If I'm not mistaken, I think I could be wrong though. You know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, they had a cold Best of Seven series, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. Do exhibition match. You know, one versus CPU. Now, I believe these guys are based off real wrestlers. From what I understand, these guys over here. I think there's a video breaking that down. Okay, I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I think that these guys are based off real wrestlers. I'm trying to find which one is based off Bruiser Brody, because Bruiser Brody was I'm trying to. I gotta look and see. You know what I'm saying? It may be. Is it him? Is it him? Nah, I don't know. Like if you hit the YouTube and look up WCW vs. the World, like the roster, I don't know what video. I can't tell you because I seen it a long time ago. But they ran through these wrestlers and let you know who these wrestlers are based off of. Okay, so you got wrestlers from different federations on here, right? But these are your WCW guys. You got Steven Regal. You know what I mean? Chono, Ultimo Dragon, Dean Malenko, Man of 1,000 Hoes. You know what I mean? Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, Ric Flair, Sting, Luger, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, one of the greats, man. Rest in peace and all that. And Hollywood Hogan. He was Hollywood Hogan here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to roll with Dean Malenko was fire, okay? Dean Malenko was fire. So I'm going to go, what's Dean Malenko's weight? He's 5'9". Let me get somebody around. Let's go him. You know what I'm saying? Let's go him. Yeah, this here, man, like this game to me, man, like the menu is very plain. If we talk a presentation, we probably talking sixes or something. Man. Presentation is not the greatest, to be honest. But this has that classic like control setup as far as the N64 wrestling. Classic music too. Classic music too. Let me talk to him. Oh, okay. Man, this game is. I know the game. Listen, man, I should have gameplay sectored this. I probably should have because I'm not saying. I gotta be honest. Okay, the graphics. Does this look cold like that? No, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? They're blocky, but let's be honest though. You know what I'm saying? It don't look any worse than what WCW Revenge anything look. You could probably argue that this may, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to get I'm over here trash, dog. Hold on. Okay, hold on. See if these controls come back to me. Come on, man. Like, it's not gonna be the controls is not gonna be as fluid as like there we go. It's not gonna be as fluid as what a WCW Revenge is, but this is classic music, man. This music is classic. I don't care what you're talking about. Music is classic. Let's go. Let me talk to him. The music is classic. The graphics, man, listen, dog, like for this time, I like the graphic style. I do, you know what I'm saying? But I understand that some may not rock with this graphic style. But I don't mind the graphics on this. I don't. Damn, come on. I'm gonna say this for this time. Man, I understand what I'm looking at right now. I still like how the game looks. I'm gonna say for its time, he's about an 8. For its time. You gotta understand, like, this didn't look bad for its time, yo. It didn't. I thought this was like the coldest looking wrestling game I ever seen when this came out. So for its time, I'm gonna say this is an 8, yo. For its time. I know it's blocky and everything, but this was probably one of the best looking, like, for its time, this was fire. For its time. The controls is very stiff. I'm gonna say the gameplay here, man. You're gonna get better gameplay on the N64. I'm gonna say this gameplay, we talking like, when I feel it in my hands, I'm saying it's like a 7. You know what I'm saying? It's responsive, but the way they move around is definitely not fluid. You know what I'm saying? The presentation, I'm gonna say the presentation, we in the 6s. Not nothing amazing, nothing here. You know what I mean? The modes, I'm gonna say the modes is not bad for its time. I'm gonna get the modes. We talking high 7s in the modes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could probably stretch it to 8. What I seen there. I mean, but high 7s. You don't got to create a wrestler or nothing like that in this. But I think the impact of this game meant a lot. Damn, I can't really get nothing off. The impact of this game meant a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know, this was probably WCW's best game. Well, it was it only had a few WCW wrestlers in the game. That's the problem I had with it, right? Um, so it's WCW versus the world, okay? But I wish that it had how do I run? I wish it had more WCW wrestlers in it. But I get what they was trying to do here. You know what I mean? But the roster is pretty light with WCW wrestlers. WCW had one of the best, rosters in wrestling. You know what I mean? So for them not to have, these weren't even the best guys, honestly. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I don't think so. I mean, you had other guys. You know what I'm saying? No DDPs in this. You missing DDP, all that type of stuff. So, I do enjoy the game though. I do enjoy the game. I think the game is definitely fire. In my opinion, the impact is crazy. So I would say overall with this title, I would say this game probably, I'm gonna say this is a high 7. It is rough around the edges. It's rough around the edges. I don't care what nobody say. As much as it's rough around the edges. This game is rough around the edges, man. But the impact of this game was crazy. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, everybody liked this game. I mean, it's rough around the edges, but I think the game it deserves respect. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those games where it's like, yeah. It may not be as good as the other wrestling games, but it started something. As far as the Aki situation, you know what I'm saying? It started something. And I think that, if it wasn't for a game like this, you wouldn't get like a WCW NWO Revenge. You wouldn't get a No Mercy. You know what I'm saying? This kind of set the precedent for that game. You know what I'm saying? So I have to give it its credit. You know what I'm saying? It means more than what people like. When you see it, it's like, oh, this look kind of but you got to understand what this game meant. And also, they were supposed to come out with another one of these, from what I understand. Like, it was gonna be way better than this. Like how you got WCW No Mercy, WWF No Mercy, WCW Never Revenge and stuff like that. They were supposed to come out with a disc-based game on PlayStation, but it never happened. You can look that up and check it out, you know what I'm saying? But they were supposed to come out, I think it was called, was it WCW NWO Live or something like that? They were supposed to come out with something like that. So you can imagine how that game would have been on the PlayStation. You could imagine with the music and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? But, they just settled for the N64, I guess. And I'm not going to say settle because to this day, N64 is looked at to have the greatest wrestling games of all time to this day. You know what I'm saying? Till this day, they're looked at as the company, as the console that were the greatest wrestling games live on. So, that's not to be taken lightly, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, so, but this here started it all. I think this game just started it. This started to set the precedent. To set the precedent for those games, man. You know what I mean? And I think it's just, yes, it's not all of that as far as compared to those games, but it deserves, WCW vs. the World deserves its respect. It deserves its respect, and I'm here to give it to it. So I'm going to say high 7s. I think high 7s is fair for this. Keep doing the same move over and over again. Okay, I think this is a special move here. Special move time. Wow. Damn, dog. And I had him too. That's crazy, dog. Let me get him. Can I end him now? Can I put a fork in him now? There we go. Hey, I'm surprised I got the win. It was a rough match. It was ugly looking. Look, this game, it's a childhood classic. It's a childhood classic. I mean, this started, I'm trying to think. Let me check something out. Let me make sure I got my facts straight. 'Cause I think this came out before WCW NWO World Tour, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, WCW versus the World. I'm looking this up right now, y'all. And he got a 6 out of a 10. I gave it a high 7. I think a high 7 is fair for this. It came out in 96, okay? WCW NWO World Tour, hold on. You know what I'm saying? It came out in 96. Okay, let's see when World Tour came out. You know what I'm saying? World Tour came out in 97. I knew I wasn't tripping. So, look, this game started the N64 saga. This game. So, this game, though it may not be the greatest looking, whatever the case is, it started something very special. It started something very special, and it deserves its credit and respect. So I will give this game a high 7 out of 10. I will give this game a high 7 out of 10. I don't care what I seen just on Google. My rating is a high 7 out of 10. This game meant a lot. It's not trash. It was the first of its kind. Well, I don't know. In Japan, they be having different type of, look, the wrestling games in Japan and stuff like that, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this game in the US was the beginning of something special. And if it wasn't for this game, I don't think we would see the N64 titles, man. All right. So high 7s out of a 10. It may not be looked at as a worldwide classic, but I think this is this game means a lot to a lot of people, especially WCW fans, man. All right. So make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. Really appreciate it from everybody. Peace.